Evergreen Park.
And welcome into the EP Podcast Live. We are back live. We took last week off to get ready for the EP Parade, the Independence Day Parade, and now we're going to share some scenes from it tonight. And Hannah is sitting here with me. My name is Chris. How are you?
I'm good.
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 Here's the deal with the live show. First off, if there's something going wrong, we only know if you go into the comments.
Yep.
So go into the comments and tell us if something is wrong. Also in the comments, and I'm going to throw it in there again, there is a link. You can use it to sit in with us. All you have to do is click through. You'll show up in my waiting room, and as long as you're wearing pants,
Please have on pants.
you can join the show, okay? And we'll put you on. We're gonna show scenes from the parade. If you listen to the audio version of the podcast at the beginning of the week, you may hear a few things that you already heard, but you're going to get to see a lot of the stuff that happened. We have it chopped up so that it's not boring, because here's the problem with big, long video parades, right?
They get boring.
They're boring.
Yes.
I mean, here's the thing. Your biggest problem is it's not a massive production like the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
No.
Right? And the reason that flows, and the reason that most television parades flow, is that in those gaps, when, let's say, there's a half a block and somebody's fallen behind, Hannah, there's other stuff being performed.
Right. There was nothing at this parade.
Right. And I don't expect
performed.
that. I don't expect
Right.
that from a neighborhood
It's
parade.
a small parade.
No. But I mean, there are good points and bad points, and I try to grab the most entertaining points.
Oh, yeah.
And put them into this video. So we are going to dive into that. Again, you have a way that you can join us here on the EP Podcast Live, but this will remain up. And so that way people can, if they want to see what happened in the parade, if they want to check out some of the interviews that may not have made the show, if they want to see the sights and the sounds and relive it. In fact, we have an ambulance that had to cut through the route.
Right.
And we have video of that.
Yeah.
And we had the car at the very beginning that just goes speeding through, and it's like, what is that guy doing? Like, there's some sights and sounds of the parade.
There were some sights.
Right, from 95th and Turner that were definitely something really fun to behold. So and we have some standalone interviews we're gonna get to here in just a moment. Before we do that, are you ready for this weekend, Hannah? Because
No, I'm
it's
not.
girls' party night.
It is girls' party night.
My wife's telling me that she's packing a bag. I'm dropping her at your place, and I'll see her the next day at some point.
Yes.
You're not college girls anymore. Like, you can't do this kind. Okay.
I'm back.
Well, here's
You're
a rule.
frozen.
This reminds me of the rule that there's a possibility we lose internet. If we lose internet, I will try to get back on. If I get frustrated, the show ends early. That's basically how this works.
That's basically how
okay?
it rolls.
But I'm hoping that we'll have a nice clean version for people to check out online at YouTube on the EP Podcast YouTube channel. So if we do get cut off, you will get the whole parade. You're just going to have to wait for me to put it all together and stick it on there. I'll have it up by the weekend.
Yeah.
That's my promise if we go out, okay? But until then, why don't we get back to what we were talking about, okay? Little blip of the internet.
The girls' night.
Girls' night. So what is the
Slumber
plan?
party.
Is it a slumber party or are you going out drinking?
Well, we're going out for dinner. We'll have drinks, and then me and Erica are gonna have a sleepover at my house, and I'm gonna put little twinkle lights like out on my balcony, and we'll have some wine and just have a girls' night.
All right.
Have a slumber party.
Here's a funny thing.
Have a slumber party for my 40th birthday.
I think she's mad at me because I'm not concerned in the least. She's like,
Why?
you can go pick me up or I could just stay overnight. I'm like, stay. When you're young, you want to cuddle. When you're married 19 years, you're like, one night in a big giant bed all by myself. Thank you. Stay at your friend's place.
Oh, come on.
That's how I feel.
You don't like cuddling anymore?
Yeah, I'm going to sit around. I'm going to stream an old HBO show. I'm all stuck on Entourage again. I went back and started watching it. Last time I watched that, I didn't even have kids.
Yeah.
I got a teenager. That's how old that show is. And in some
Two
ways,
teenagers.
in some ways, it is not aged well for this time and age. But on the other hand, I don't really care the show's funny, but that's what I've been doing. So that's all I'm going to do. You're going to go out partying, and I'm
Yeah.
going to sit around and relive my early 20s watching Entourage and Ari Gold. That's my plan.
And I am just going to pretend I'm turning 30 instead of 40.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
you're not. You're turning
I'm not.
40. Why don't we do our first interview from the scene of the parade. And then I
Okay.
want to very shortly after that get into the first 15 minutes of the parade. I thought the first 15 to 16 minutes of the parade were awesome. So I've got that all as a package that we're going to get to. And then the end of the parade had the excitement with the ambulance that had to cut through the route because somebody was injured on the other side of the street. And then the singing porta-johns.
Yes,
Which-
that capped off the parade.
You could only describe on the audio show, but I want to be able to show it to you. But here is our first interview before the parade began. The new head football coach of the Evergreen Park Mustangs, Coach Ram. Coach Ram is out here getting ready for the parade. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, man. So, like you were just telling me, you're going to march with the guys along with the band.
you turn me up?
Normally, I don't see the football team in this parade.
Can you turn
So
me
here
up?
we go. We got a Coach Ram thing that's been added to the football program.
Yeah, I mean it's the first time we're doing it. Hopefully, it becomes a annual routine tradition for our team. But we're just excited. It's obviously a fun day in Evergreen Park, and we're just here to enjoy the parade, throw out some candy to some of the kids, and have some fun.
You know, I thought was really impressive is if I had to learn an entire football team in the time that you've been around it, I would not know everybody's name yet. I'm terrible with names. You're standing here, some kid's walking down the street, you shout out his name, then your wife gets over there, she starts talking to him, she tells him where to go for the parade. Like, you guys are embedded already, aren't you?
Yeah, very much, and that's we love it.
Yeah.
We're loving every minute of it. It's a great town, obviously, great school. And we're just excited to be here on the parade day to celebrate with our whole community.
You got like a routine already for the summer? What do you guys got going on? When does practice start?
We
when do
had
they put on the pads? When do they start hitting? When
We-
do you get mean? Because like I know you're getting used to them right now, right? You're getting them to like you, but then you're going to be at practice going, let's go faster, right?
Yeah, we had our June camp already. It was awesome. It was
Yeah.
a good time. A lot of guys were competing and getting better every day. July will ramp it up a little bit, and then by August we're all ready to go.
There you go.
Season starts, and then it flies by. So it'll be a lot of fun.
You already know who you're starting against? I don't know.
Yeah, we're starting against Marengo. It's August 25th, Friday, August 25th. 7 o'clock start for varsity game.
Up at the school. Home game?
Yeah, it's a home game. So
Home game.
We'd love to see everyone out there, obviously. Get it going. And our boys are excited to play. They've been June is dog days of summer camp. July, you got a little less days. They're waiting for August, just
Awesome.
like we all are. So
Awesome. Well, listen, have a good time at the parade.
Yeah, absolutely.
Enjoy yourself. Make sure nobody blows their arm out throwing candy. We don't want any injuries because of that.
No,
All right?
no,
All
we
right?
don't. Yeah, we're excited to celebrate. It's going to be a great night.
Awesome. Next time we talk to you, it'll be when we kick off the coaching show, right? Every
Absolutely.
Friday? Coming up here this fall?
Absolutely.
See how
I'll be there.
I got you on camera.
You got
I
me
got
on.
you-
You
I
got
you
me
looped
on
in.
camera and recording. So now I'm committed. I was already committed though, so we're good to go.
That's the key. That's the key right there, Hannah. Is that
Yeah.
you got to get them locked in so that you can make sure that you have them.
Yep.
For the rest of the year. He'll be doing the show that we'll put out it'll either be Thursday or Friday. I know that Coach Jerry Verdi liked the way that his timing worked. We had it out on Friday morning during the football season.
Yeah.
I kind of like the Thursday idea.
I like it too.
But I want to see what works best for Coach Ram. Okay, so whatever works best for him, we're going to end up doing, but we will have him throughout the season jumping in on the EP podcast like we did last year. Okay, before we head out to the parade, I thought it was a beautiful day. All you did was complain about
It was sticky hot out there. It was just stagnant, humid, muggy.
I didn't feel that at all.
Oh God, I felt it. My scalp was soaking wet. Like when I got home, I was just like I had to strip everything off. It was sticking to me. I had to take a shower. It was hot out there.
See, I felt great.
Yeah,
then
you
again,
don't have,
then,
like, you know-
then again, we were at a party. I was partying. That was
You were
beginning of my
partying.
weekend, okay? Family
Yeah.
Waterproofing Solutions set us up at 95th.
Oh, they were awesome.
And Turner.
Yeah.
They sponsor Southside Pod. They also at times have sponsored Socks in the Basement. They have been a part of this network for up to 3 years, I think, at this point. We've become very good friends. Never met them until they reached out to me and said, I love this podcast thing you do, and we're a growing business, and we would love to tell people what we do. And so they've always been great friends over there, Ken and Marie and the rest of the family. It's a family-owned business. And we were invited not only onto their property, where they were having a barbecue and, drinks and fun and everything. It was all on private property. Don't worry, it wasn't out in the street. And we set up on the corner of their parking lot so we could get a good view. But then afterwards, I got invited over to the house. Kids were swimming in the pool. We watched the
Nice.
fireworks near Duffy Park. It was a beautiful night. Great fireworks. They had a great time, and I want to make sure that I thank them.
Yeah, that
for-
was so nice of them just to have us there and
For
let us
sure.
set up. They fed us.
Yeah, they did. They fed us. They had. I mean, it was a blast.
It was like nonstop food coming off that grill.
For sure.
Like, how much did you have?
And then the other thing that I wanted to just mention real quick is our proud sponsors, the First National Bank of Evergreen Park. Remember, there's no overdraft fees. There is you can get up to $500 now between their checking and their savings specials that they have. If you open up new accounts and do qualifying activities, you can literally make $500 off them. Plus, they have free ATMs. So get in there. Bank of Evergreen Park at 95th and Pulaski. All right, without further ado, we have other interviews coming up, but here's a little segment. This is the first 15 to 20 minutes of the parade, which I thought was the most chock full of people in there.
It was.
And you are going to see several different faces from around Evergreen Park, several village trustees, the mayor. You're going to see the Stockyard Kilty Band. You're going to see the Evergreen Park Marching Band. You're going to see Coach Ram go by with his players, and so much more right here on the EP Podcast. Live. From Evergreen Park, it's the Evergreen Park Independence Day Parade.
Yes, it is. I'm Hannah.
And this is the EP Podcast, and that car is out.
That car is hauling it. American Legion.
He just left the parade, that guy
was
right
the
there.
American
See
Legion.
that? He just dove right by everybody else.
He has somewhere to go.
Yeah, something was wrong.
Something's wrong. Gotta pee. I don't know.
As we sit here waiting for this. So the hometown heroes are supposed to be first. It's the one thing I know. Okay.
And here they are, the color guard.
Right, you got the color guard that's going to come by here, and then I can see down the way here we're going to have, looks like the Stockyard Kilty Band. That's what I would guess is going to be in this.
I can hear the drums.
Right off the bat. But here is the American Legion. You hear all about them at the beginning of every episode of the EP Podcast. They are one of our proud advertisers. They got a great bar there.
Yes, they do.
They really do. I'm gonna
Great
tell you
place
right
for
now.
drinks.
They got one of those great old school horseshoe bars where you're not only having a conversation with the person next to you, but you're talking to the person on the other side of the bar. Bartender's right in the middle. They're old school. You sit there long enough, they give you a chip. You know what the chip means?
What does the chip mean?
Somebody's giving you a free beer at some point.
Well, I'm gonna go. I want to get a chip.
Kind of bar, you know?
I want to get a chip.
They got the gaming machines inside the place.
Yeah.
They got some special nights of bringing in entertainment now on the weekends and doing Queen of Hearts. I mean, we're talking
Always a good time there.
lots of money on the table right now at the Queen of Hearts over there at the American Legion. We're really happy that Post 854 is part of the EP Podcast. These guys hear a bit of my basement hand on there.
That was, you know what? You only had a drummer and one bagpipe in that basement, and my ears were ringing for 2 days after that.
I know. We're going to get the full effect here as they come into view.
Here we go.
I believe this is the Chicago Stockyard Kilty Band. But I can't see the sign yet. We're the unofficial broadcast, so I don't know.
We are.
Yeah. Like, I'm just guessing. Here are some guys in some skirts.
Kilts.
Wearing white shoes.
Boots.
The guy in the front, all he does is hold a staff with a ball on the top of it.
He's the drum major.
He's the guy that wasn't good at playing the bagpipes. That's what he was.
You know, they make the best guy the drum major, so.
Why would you take the best musician and take the instrument out of his mouth? Definitely the Stockyard Kilty Band because it was written on the drum.
Yep.
And I recognize several members of it as they walk by.
Of course, I recognize the color of their kilts as well. That yellow is a giveaway. That bright yellow.
The next group we have coming along here is Pack 3637. I would believe this is some sort of scout pack, right?
Yes, I would assume.
Yeah, that's what I would guess we
assume.
have here. I like the dad up in front.
Waters,
I love the guy up in
Evergreen Park.
front. The guy up in front that's got like his hand on the sign, and then he's dragging what I believe to be a drink cart. If you think about
His
this,
little wagon.
'Cause
Oh,
there's
yeah.
no kids inside
There's
of
no
that.
kids in there. I see a
So I
bottle.
think that's where the beer is. What do you think?
I think that's where the beer is.
I think the beer's inside of that.
I think so.
Okay. Everybody's got one of these.
Everyone's got. The
Yeah.
wagons are not for the kids. The wagons are for the booze.
Maybe they had candy that they ran out.
You think so?
Yeah, I
think
don't
they
know.
ran out already?
They're handing out flags.
they're handing
this
out
little girl's got a
flags.
flag. It looks like
Now,
flags.
people who get these flags better not throw them on the ground, or we're gonna have something to talk about.
Okay, Hannah's ready to go. Hannah's starting fights here. Hey, young man, can I get a flag?
Can we get a flag?
Flag over here, big guy. Yeah,
Look how cute!
give me a flag. What's your name, buddy?
Timothy Scott McGinnis.
All right, Timothy Scott McGinnis. What is this, Boy Scouts?
I am part of the troop PSA.
All right, well, go. Don't lose your group. Good job out here, okay?
All right.
right, I like
All
this
right,
guy.
Chris got him a flag. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I would have gotten Timothy on camera, but he was short.
I know, sweet kid. Big smile, big smile.
I'm going to give Father Paul my flag so I can. I have one hand on a microphone, one on a beer. He's only got one hand on a beer.
And it's empty. Oh dear, we have to fix that.
I don't
We
know what
must
this.
fix
I don't know what
that.
this float is.
Your life, our
Oh, it looks
mission.
like OSF.
OSF,
There
Little
we
Company
go.
of Mary.
OSF, Little Company of Mary just
Little
went by.
Company of Mary, nice little float they have.
Now
Got
here
some
comes
foil flags on there.
Mayor Kelly Burke of the Village of Evergreen Park
There we go. Everyone's favorite mayor.
and Kathy Aparo's in there with her. It says.
Okay.
Well, I don't see her in the.
In a nice Mustang.
It says Mayor Kelly Burke, Clerk Kathy, the clerk in there, but I do see Kelly in there
Yes.
waving, and she's out there. There is the mayor. She told me she had a convertible. I think
Nice convertible.
I think that's nerve-wracking. Like you hit that gas a little bit too quick. There's the
Hey,
first
there she
gentleman's
is.
out there right
Getting
now.
a nice wave on camera from Mayor
He's
Kelly
driving.
Burke.
Hits that gas just a little bit too quick. The mayor's out the back of that.
You know, better not get trigger happy.
Look at this guy, Mr. 4th of July Parade, Mark Marzullo, Village Trustee. How are you?
Well, Chris, it's another 4th of July. We're happy to be here, and we're very happy the EP Podcast is again out here supporting our parade in Evergreen Park.
Thank you. And I'm very happy you wore that shirt because I use it in my promotional stuff online. Like, come see us on the parade route. It's a picture of me and you in
Yes,
that shirt.
I saw that. And it took me 2 dry cleanings to get the meatball stain out of it from last year.
How are you?
Everything's good.
Yeah?
You know, everything's going the right direction. Loving life, and, you know, town's running good, so everything's going good.
Yeah. You know, listen, I think I was just somebody that I think it's amazing Evergreen Park is still the kind of village that an hour ago there was nobody on the street, but the chairs were all on the street.
Right.
People are already putting their stuff out, and they feel comfortable still doing that. And I think that's always the great sign that you live in a place where people can still walk out like it's a small town and put their stuff out on the curb and leave it for an hour because they're not worried about
We're
it.
still good. It's got, you know, well, I wouldn't take anything. There's about 1 million police up and down the streets.
Well,
so
yeah.
It'd be a bad move if they did. But yeah, it's the great small town feeling. It's the greatest day in our village. It's our parade. It's our fireworks tonight. So, you know, we got a lot going on, and we'll have a tremendous amount of people coming out for it.
Are you excited about this fireworks thing? Because it was big last year.
Well-
I mean, I think right now the expectations are higher than they've ever
He
been
did-
after
you
last
know what?
year.
That gentleman was new about a year before, Rob Novick from the high school, and he always wanted to get in, and finally the people that we had in the past finally either sold out or did something. I never knew what happened, and he was able to get in, and boy, were we impressed.
That's awesome.
We were totally impressed.
That's awesome.
And it's great. He's an Evergreen guy, too.
Where are you in the parade? Where will we see you in this parade?
Hopefully at the end. With the Mark Marzullo Memorial Outhouse on wheels. We're throwing it in. No, it's the fire department, hometown heroes, and all those guys, and then your local politicians.
Local politicians. Are
Yes.
you in a convertible? The mayor told me she's got a convertible
No,
this
I
year.
walk every
You
year.
walk?
I walk every
Okay,
year.
you're with the people.
I
You're
walk.
shaking hands.
I'm out there.
Kissing babies.
People are out there, and people are probably throwing stuff at me, but I always walk.
Throwing stuff.
I'm going to walk until I can't walk.
You're like Mr. Evergreen Park. Are you kidding me? Every time I'm out with you, there are people who shout your name. I'm surprised while we're doing this, somebody hasn't pulled up their car, stopped traffic to start a conversation
Well,
with you.
usually they'll throw something at me, so you know, like when I go in a restaurant, my back is always to the wall, so I got my back to 95th Street, so I'm getting a little nervous right now.
All right, Mark Marzullo, Village Trustee, will be marching in the parade. I
I'll be
appreciate
in the parade.
you.
I'm going to stop by during the parade, so I'll be ready.
gonna run over?
I'll be back again.
All right, we'll
I'm
see
like
you.
a bad penny. Keep on turning up.
That's awesome. Run on over when you come by.
Chris, thanks for being here again.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
All right.
Thanks.
The guy that we just talked to now is going to be coming by.
Okay.
Okay, Mark Marzullo, you can't
There he
miss him.
is in that red, white, and
He's
blue American flag
he's
shirt.
behind an Evergreen Park pickup truck.
Yes, he is.
He has
You
Deacon
cannot
Mark
miss him.
Phelan, another trustee there. I see several trustees there.
Yeah.
Okay, and he's got that big red, white, and blue flag, and he's making his way over here as promised.
There
Here's
he
the deacon.
comes.
He's not going to come over. He's going to hide over there. He's just going to sail. He's got bright red shoes. Here comes Mark.
There's Mark
Right
Marzullo,
here.
everybody's
Here's Mark. He's bringing
favorite.
Norm.
There he
Bringing Norm.
is.
They're going to come over here. We're going to jump in the camera so we can talk
There
with him.
we
Bring him
go.
over here. Come on, Hannah. We'll jump on in here. Here we go.
Excuse me, but we got to wait for my grandmother.
Oh no! Come on, get over
Yeah, come
here.
on, Norm. Hurry up, Norm. Oh, look at this shirt. Look at this shirt.
Look at this shirt. Look at
this
this
shirt you got on.
I'm gaining weight. Lanucci's losing weight, man. This ain't good.
He outdid you with this shirt.
Well, he's normal.
And that's Mark. And that's Mark.
All right, I don't want you to miss your parade. They already left you.
Hey, listen, I bring food, he don't.
Oh, man. I'll see you on the softball diamond this summer. I'll see you there. All right.
Alrighty.
Get out of the way here so these guys can see the rest of the parade. Village trustees,
So who do we have here? We got some
Graham
Paul.
Anderson and Mark Barzulo. Now we got some pop-pops out here.
Yeah. Oh, cheerleaders. Oh, look at they're doing stunts. The girls up in the air.
This looks like it's all part of Evergreen Park High School. They're singing the fight song. Then we got the
Okay.
band, so we're going to be quiet for a second and let you enjoy this here on the EP podcast here
Shout
at the
out.
Independent Day Parade.
Shout out to the color guard. I used to do color guard.
Jump into a shot there, Hannah. I got
How
out there.
dare you.
I had to do the social media thing, and I wanted to get the band in there.
Yeah, of
I
course.
see the football team going by.
There they are.
We talked with Coach Ram
Yes, we
before
did.
the parade began. We'll get him in here at some point during the show.
So who we have here is
Just saw the football team go by. Looks like we got more Mustangs here. Big turnout by the school.
Huge.
I remember
Huge
Amy
turnout.
Case was on the EP podcast. And she was saying that they were bringing a lot more groups from the school to this
Yeah.
parade this year, which I thought was
Nice
awesome.
presents. I really like it.
Very, very cool.
Really like
we,
it.
We did that survey that people can still get at the EPpodcast.com.
Yeah.
What do you like about the EP podcast? What do you want to change? What do you want to add? All that stuff. So far, nobody said they want to get rid of me or you, so that's a good
Well,
thing.
that's good.
Yeah. But a lot
Keep our jobs.
people like the content about the high school.
Yes.
So, and we know
A lot going on at that high school. A lot going on.
Now we have DJ
DJ
Farley.
Jack
Doing-
Master Funk.
Yeah, he's doing Jackmaster Funk.
Jack Master
I don't know
Funk.
what that is, but I'm excited about it.
Nice truck. Once he come out, he'll just like come out and DJ for
You know what I like most about the truck? You know what I like most about the truck? How he's got a cross on the front of it.
Oh, he does.
He
yes.
does.
I see that.
Got a
Very
cross
nice.
on the front of it.
Very nice.
Very religious, this house music truck.
House music.
DJ Farley's got a cool too. He looks like you might not have seen it in the video,
That's a nice
but
looking
he's
bus.
got the Wesley Snipes hairdo
He does.
from Demolition Man going. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. Here we
What
come,
we got
another
here?
Evergreen Park Village truck.
Oh, the day camp.
This looks like the
okay.
day camp coming along
Yep.
here.
This is day camp.
They wave out the window and they come along with these kids. A lot of kids do these programs. My kid did this last summer. This
Yep.
summer I threw on my back and completely forgot about it. So
Well,
now he's
you
stuck in the
know.
house staring at me.
Yep.
And I have to keep him busy.
Now you got to keep him busy.
I'll put him in day camp
You'll
next year.
remember next year. You'll remember this next
I'll put him
year.
in day camp next year for sure.
Definitely remember for next year. Another
Check out
fire
this
truck.
dog. In a second here on the screen, you're going to see a giant Dalmatian come through. And the fire
Aw.
truck is spooking the Dalmatian. And the poor guy with the Dalmatian is trying to drag the
No,
dog.
the Dalmatian sees that pit bull. There's
Right,
a,
that's
there's
what
a
it is with
friendly,
the pit bull on the.
There's a friendly pit bull wanting to say hi.
Do you know he's friendly?
He's smiling.
I don't
Look at
think
him
he's friendly.
smile. Look at him
Yeah.
smiling.
Dog sees a dog.
He's smiling. O'Leary's Fire Department.
This is O'Leary's Fire Department. I don't think this is a real fire.
I don't think it is either.
No, this is the First National Bank of Evergreen Park is what this is.
Oh, is it?
That's what this is. I recognize some of the people on the truck.
Okay.
That's what this is. This is the First National Bank of Evergreen Park going by on the fire truck. They
Very
need a better,
nice.
they
So
need a better
that's-
sign, but
that's
that's
a
what
cool
that was.
ride. That's a very
Our
cool
proud
ride.
sponsors, the First National Bank
Very cool
of
ride.
Evergreen Park.
We got here. We have a brass band.
Look at this. This must be like New Orleans.
The Merry Marchers.
Bunch of guys in those funny hats.
Merry Marchers.
That's home to you, isn't it?
It is home.
It's like a Mardi Gras type thing.
You gotta boogie. You gotta start like shaking it. You gotta dance and
Are you
play.
gonna do that later on in the broadcast?
Yeah.
You're gonna go run out in front of the camera and do a little.
Do your little
He's
Mardi
doing it
Gras
right now,
shuffle.
folks.
Do your little Mardi Gras shuffle.
It's a thing.
It's a parade thing. So this is cool. Has American flags attached to the windshield wipers. Haven't seen that before. I don't think Audrey has stopped giving face painting.
I do. My guess is it's gotta get. They gotta get to one of that white building.
Okay.
That's what it is. Much there in between the camera and the white building. All right, so coming along now, we got American flags on windshield wipers. Is that okay with you? Are you good with that?
I'm good with that. It's not on the ground. As long as
Okay.
it's not on the ground.
All right, just want to make sure you're good with that.
Yeah, don't put it on the ground.
Okay, I don't know what this is though. We don't have an official parade
Let's see.
list.
Find your voice.
Find your voice.
Summer reading challenge.
Summer. Oh, it's
the library.
It's the EP library.
It's the library.
There's Frank Murray.
Frank Murray from the
Murray.
library.
Frank, come on over, Frank.
Frank
Come on over,
Murray.
Frank. Here comes Frank. I'm gonna get Frank on camera. Let's get Frank a microphone here. Here he
Good Frank,
comes
Frank.
from the Evergreen Park Public Library.
Whoa.
How are you, buddy?
I'm really sweaty.
Did you get enough candy for this?
I hope so.
I was told by the bank that you gave a speech to everybody. Make sure you don't run out of candy. Buy more.
Yeah. As soon as you hit Richmond, you feel so sorry for those people on that block because they're like, "Yeah, you're just stuck with me waving at you. I'm sorry. We're out of candy. We've been out of candy for a block."
All right, well, I'm going to let you get back to your truck. I don't want you to lose them.
Great. Thanks.
All
You're
right?
going to make me run back
But
now?
I'm
Yep.
filling out my summer reading thing and looking forward to my fabulous prizes. And maybe I was actually reading. I'm not sure.
Well, that's what I was just going to ask you. Now I'm checking your...
How you going to know? How you going to know, Frank?
I'm gonna quiz
I just
you.
have to use a crayon and color
Hey,
in.
next podcast. I'm quizzing it.
Yeah, I'm not reading. That's Frank Murray there. That's the EP podcast out at the parade. We got more ahead of what happened out at the parade, but I wanted to jump back into the studio.
You're not
for just a
reading?
minute. No, I'm not. I am, but I'm not marking it
Oh,
down.
you liar.
If I marked it down now, I'd just be lying. As
Moving
long as you're back.
around.
I'll be back in a second. All right. So
All right,
that's
there you go.
we're the most professional live podcast of the
We
world. That's our
are.
second internet cutout that we've had. All right. That's
with the flow.
that's the brilliance of trying to go live from your basement bar, right? Everybody's always like, "Oh, it's so impressive what you do, Chris." Is it impressive?
Is it?
Probably not.
I think it is.
I'm kind of an idiot who's just getting lucky with some of this stuff. That's basically what I am. Did I tell the story about I went to the Evergreen Park Library, speaking of Frank Murray, and like I said, we'll get to some other folks on the parade here in a minute. But I go and I do this class on podcasting.
Yeah.
And I got 25 people in the room. waiting to hear what I have to say about podcasting. And I bring up the broadcastbasement.com website. And I've got all the different podcast logos up there on the screen. And I brought out like a version of this studio that I'm using so they can see stuff, so they understand how it works. And I've got one of the microphones and everything else like that.
Yada, yada, yada.
And at some point I go and I put on the editing software. And I'm like, here's an episode of Socks in the Basement that I edited just today. Or I edited yesterday, it's been out since this morning. And what had happened is that I had realized I had to make an edit at the last minute, and I was half asleep, and I had run downstairs, and I didn't do it right. And it was at that moment in front of the class while showing off what I had done, when it didn't work, that I realized the show had a mistake in it that was glaringly bad. Like music started in the background while I was still talking, drowned out the last few things that I said, and then there was blank space because it didn't line up correctly. I never do that. Of course, it was in front of the class. So yeah, I'm an idiot. I got up there in front of all these people
You're not an idiot.
to
It's just
explain them how
life.
to do this, and I still screwed up. Now, the funny thing is, a couple of people have already reached out from that class about having podcasts recorded and produced here in this basement, and that's something that we do here. And there are a couple of Evergreen Park businesses that, let's see, Elite Benefits of America. Butch Zemar does a Zemar podcast. He's an EP business. He's been doing a podcast from this basement for years. Okay. Colleen Klimzak sings over at Redeemer. I think she sings over at Martyrs,
At Martyrs
as well.
too, she does, yeah.
Everybody in town knows her. She's got a personal an organizational business. I don't want to say it wrong because of all the things she does, but she gets you more organized. It's
Yes,
called
and
Peace
I
of
need
Mind.
that. I need that in
Yeah.
my life so bad.
You can go to peaceofmindpo.com, professionalorganizing.com, or check out Your Organized is a weekly podcast that she does down here. So I went and I showed people all the podcasts, and several of them reached out and said, I don't know, why do I need to build a studio? Can I just use yours? And I'm like, sure. So I didn't screw up that badly.
For a nominal fee.
Of
but-
course, for a nominal fee. Are you kidding? I had a guy reach out today, no lie. A guy reached out to me today and asked, well, he actually reached out last week before the holiday weekend, and he goes, can you mind talking to me? We got this brand new app, and this app is going to take over the world. And it's backed by this former NFL quarterback and all these professional athletes. And we need a guy who already covers the White Sox to come on the app, and you're gonna have live video during game. And this is like an alternate broadcast. It's amazing. They're hiring me for something. So I talked to the guy today, and essentially what he wanted me to do was sit in a chat room with video chat for free.
Yeah, no.
At least 7 games out of every month for the White Sox. I was like, that's like 21 hours of my life I'll never get back. Like, first of all, you don't want to see me watching the White Sox. There's a reason why I podcast after the game. During the game, I'm swearing. There's no way that I do that without acting like a complete ass.
You do swear a lot
Like, I
during
don't want
the
to have
games.
anything to do with that. And then it was basically like, well, you could get paid. We'll just keep kind of see how it works.
It's for
I was like, "Ah,
exposure. It's good
oh,
exposure.
that's great." So I reached out to Ed, my co-host on that show, and I'm like, you want this, you can have it. That's what I did. And he's like, it sounds like fun. I'm like, that's great, Ed. You go do
You
it.
go do it.
That's all yours. You reap the rewards of that one. I don't need to do that. That's what I basically
You do
did.
you, boo.
You do you. Exactly.
You do you, boo.
All right. Before we get further into the parade, you went on a trip
I did.
to Kansas City.
Yes.
I want you to talk about that after we talk to one of our guests that was out there.
Okay.
Because I want to get him in here. And then the exciting conclusion of the parade is also ahead here. But before we get into it, this is Father Paul Guzman over at Redeemer. Been in the news. Been a good friend for a long time. A great guy. This parade was important to him for a lot of reasons, you could tell. One of it is because he's an active military member.
Yeah.
He's a Navy chaplain who gets embedded with the Marines. And you could see that pride and how excited he is.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make sure I included it here in the broadcast. When he stopped by, he hung with us the entire time of the parade.
He did.
He recorded this before the parade started so that we could get it in. Here is Father Paul.
Right. I'm in the shot. Give me a shot. Hit me with your best shot. Yeah.
Hold on there, Padre. I had to crack one.
Oh, all right.
Father Paul's
I
out here
finished
with
mine.
me. Yeah, exactly. We're having a couple of brews. Don't worry, we're on private property. We're on the family water.
it's all
We're
good.
talking
We're
right
all
now.
good.
Hannah. Go ahead. We'll scoot in. Go ahead.
Yeah,
we'll take a picture.
All right, come on.
No,
We can do it.
you've
Come on.
interrupted us anyway.
You can do it.
Oh, that's with it because we're talking.
Yeah, we get some airflow, you know.
Man, it's
Ladies,
crazy. They're
ladies.
crazy. Okay, so 4th of July.
Yes.
You
Hoorah.
serve. Thank you
Yep.
for your service.
Still serving.
All right, you still serve.
Still
Exactly.
serving. Yeah.
And what What is it like when you see these celebrations for you? As somebody who not only, man of the cloth, you're here at Redeemer, you take care of a parish, you get to see a lot of parishioners out here, but also you see the outpouring of, celebration of those that go out and serve. I know that the hometown heroes, anybody that is serving in the military or has served, is walking along at the beginning and they're leading this parade. What do you feel when you see these kinds of things?
What I feel the most, and it happened after I got back from Syria, it's great to remember the guys that are there now, but let's remember the guys that never came back.
Right.
They're the guys I really want to remember. And in the middle of all festivities like that, sometimes it's kind of hard to remember them. But they're the guys that this is all about,
Yeah.
So that's what I want to remember now.
I love that you say that. I have one friend that served in the Air Force, but was over there doing with the drones and everything like that.
Yeah.
And I have another friend that served Army and was helped take Saddam's castle and saw
nice.
a lot of battle and
Yeah.
sits around and he talks about it. We're here at Family Waterproofing. Ken's a Marine. He's
hoorah!
A yeah, you see,
Hoorah!
In fact,
Yeah, I saw
we
there's
can't on the shot. Maybe I'll get a shot here in the B-roll that we'll put together in the package. But he's got every branch represented here,
and the MIAs.
And here's what he told me: it's up there. Every branch is up there because there's somebody from every branch that works here, and that's the crazy thing about
Hoorah!
it. So that's
there
his
you
thing.
go.
So I mean, this is like the place to watch a 4th of July parade. I believe.
Well, and I hope all the vets hear that and come to his business and utilize it because we got to hang together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hoorah.
All right. So what's on the docket for you this summer? Besides walking around in civilian clothes where nobody can tell you're a priest.
Enjoying.
Do people that's the question I want to ask you, right?
What's
Like
that?
I mean, like I think that people assume that you're always in some sort of priestly garb. Right?
No.
Like and I think,
No.
but I think a lot of people assume that. Like I know you. You come over to my house.
Yeah.
You wear normal clothes. You sit down. We have a conversation. We have a drink at the bar. We hang out
How
with
many?
each other. A couple drinks at the
Okay.
bar. Okay. Like we're drinking beer right now
Yeah.
because I was like, I don't know.
But we're
I
gonna
really
do
want-
Manhattans.
do I
I'm gonna
re-
get you into
Do I really
Manhattans.
want to drink like whiskey on the parade route?
Bourbon.
Bourbon. Exactly.
All right,
I
there
got a
you
nice
go.
rye behind the bar right now. That's
Oh,
something
really?
Mayor of Hometown brought it to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Frank Finnegan brought me a rye whiskey and a scotch the other day.
I'm not into scotch.
I'm
but,
not eating it
but-
either, but he brought some fancy stuff. You come
Wow.
over, we'll try
Well,
it
maybe
out,
we can
okay?
use that rye to make a Manhattan out of. Although, the Maker's Mark is on sale.
I know, you told me that.
Oh man, they
You're
should.
checking out everything at Biddy's
They,
right
they,
now.
they should make that into a men's cologne. I just sit there, I crack the bottle, and I just sniff it
It's
for about a
amazing.
half hour.
But when you are out and you're in your civilian clothes, are people surprised when they see you and you're?
I'm surprised that they recognize me.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I try to get under the radar, and it's like I just can't hide.
I know Father Highland over there, your pastor. Okay, I know that he goes to White Sox games.
Oh, yeah.
and he just sits there in his civilian stuff and roots
Yep.
for the team, and and he's like, nobody knows I'm a priest. It's
Nope,
really fun.
just,
and
I
just
can
gotta
drink
do
my
your thing.
beer
Right.
and everybody's fine. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah. But when you're in town, they all know.
They all know when
They all
you're at the
know,
church. Yeah, they
Yeah.
all know. Anything else planned right now that you know about for Redeemer? You probably don't, but I know that they're trying to make up
No.
for the carnival now.
Yeah, well, we had the party in the parking lot,
Yeah.
which was very successful. And it
My
was
back was thrown out. There was no way else.
Yeah,
So,
I know.
yeah.
When we're thinking maybe we can just continue that because
do another one.
everybody had a good time. It
That's
was
awesome.
great. Yeah,
That's
everybody
awesome.
had a good time.
Well, the barbecue bash will come too. That'll be a
Yeah,
big
that's
one.
coming up September.
Yeah, that'll be a big one.
Are you going to be in it again this year?
Of course. I'm not going
Hoorah.
to win, but I'm going to be in it.
Oh, it's fun.
You come to my tent, we'll drink
Yeah.
beer, and
Oh,
we'll serve
I'll,
ribs.
I'll make Manhattans.
There you
and
go.
Bring them out.
Manhattan.
'cause, yeah.
Father Paul likes Manhattans. I think he mentioned
But
it about 12 times in
I
this interview.
discovered that in Djibouti. And we had theme nights. And on 9/11,
Uh-huh.
the theme drink was a Manhattan. I never had one before.
So
And
on
it's-
the base in Djibouti,
yeah,
in Africa.
yeah, we had
it
a
was
Manhattan
Manhattan
wardroom
night.
Yeah,
The
on
theme
nine-
night was Manhattan because it was 9/11.
It was 9/11, and it was the first time to go. Here, chaps, did you ever have one of these? I said no. Here you go. And I was
amazing.
like, I'm hooked.
Absolutely
It was
amazing.
great. It was so
All
good.
right, this parade's going to kick off in a second.
Rah.
Enjoy it.
All right,
Get
I
another
sure will.
drink.
Maybe.
All right.
All right.
You will.
Hoorah. Go Marines. Go Navy.
He's a riot.
I love Father Paul so much. I love him. I was so happy he was there. He stayed with us the whole time. I love here. And then Nicholas talked his head off. He made the mistake of showing your son pictures of helicopters.
That's my son Nick,
Yeah.
who is now 8 years old, and he's just had his birthday. In fact, that was his.
That
birthday.
was his birthday. Yeah,
That
the
was his
parade.
birthday. The parade was his birthday. He thinks we threw it for him. Okay, that kid had a blast. In fact, I'll tell you to tell you something about the mayor, which I just it's amazing. She's in a car going along. She probably knows so many people on that route. There's a million kids. He's nowhere near my tent. He's like half a block down.
Yeah.
And after she passed through, and you saw her in the earlier video package when we showed the beginning part of the parade, I actually was looking as she went by at what was happening, and she saw little Nick standing there with his little American flag and yelled to him because she wanted to make sure he got some candy from her
that's
car.
great.
Because she recognizes him for when she comes over here and does the show from time to time.
You can't
And-
forget him.
And he likes to tell her what he wants changed with the city. He mistaken her for Lori Lightfoot.
I
one time
remember that. I wanted
when-
to know why the Bears were leaving. Why the mayor couldn't keep the Bears in Chicago.
All he knew is that the mayor hadn't kept the Bears, and I was like, "This is the mayor of Evergreen Park," and he's like, "How'd you lose the Bears?" Like he's got his arms out, he's all disgusted.
I'll never forget that.
It was like 6 when he did that to her. It was a riot. Okay, we have a little package for the end coming up here before this show is over. Before I get into it, I want to tell you, like, I went to physical therapy today. I want to just tell the story. You heard it in the interview, and I'm kind of, I talked about it when it first happened. This back injury is just the craziest thing because nobody can tell that I'm hurt. And I'm like, there are things I just can't do.
Yeah.
It's just like sitting down is still a thing. Like during the show, I've kind of leaned on the bar stool a few times, but like literally sitting down is like a thing for me.
Yeah.
Right. And so that like, it's still not better. It's like one of these things I'm going to be doing for months. And the big news was today that I talked to the physical therapist and she basically was like, I don't know about you playing 16-inch softball this year in the league that I'm in. And I've already had reached out. I was like, I don't know if I can play. I haven't been sure what I can do. And the good news is that I didn't ask her before I went and played wiffle ball this weekend at the cottage with the family. So I played and survived. So then he did some motion test. And I'm going to be good to go, at least for game 1 of the season.
Okay.
I know my team's very worried about this.
I'm sure they
I
are.
bet-
I'm sure Norm and
I bet
everybody.
Norm doesn't have me this year.
Oh, he's not. Okay.
No, he used to be my coach, but he didn't draft me. That shows how good I am.
even draft you.
Shows how good I am at 16-inch softball that previous coaches don't draft me back. That's how good. That's how spectacular I am on the field.
Spectacular.
I had a walk-off home run. Well, it was a ground rule double. Walk-off ground rule double on the in the wiffle ball game.
Well,
In the
you had a good.
in the Lanuti annual 4th of July wiffle ball game.
Well, you had a good 4th of July then.
I had a huge 4th of July. Are you kidding me? They tried to dogpile me in the middle of the field, my nephews, and I was like, Uncle Chris has a bad back.
Yeah.
Although I thought about it for a moment. That would have been something to go back
That
and
would
tell
have been.
the physical therapist.
That would have been.
I got dogpiled after I hit a walk-off ground rule double in a family wiffle ball game.
Yeah.
My nephew set up a full field. A
Awesome.
full field. Up at he found the land next to the house. He went out and he measured out foul lines. He put up foul poles where he got PVC pipe and he got a stake that goes in the ground. The PVC pipe goes over the attachment so it could be removed when you want to mow the grass. Otherwise, the pole back position and home plate's already kind of set there and made like almost like a semi-permanent baseball diamond.
That's awesome.
Okay, and then put fencing out there that could be removed and put back into place.
That's pretty cool.
It's insane. And if you hit a home run, you can splash into the lake, but you really got to get a hold of it.
Yeah.
I did not get there.
Yeah, I had baseball over the weekend too. Went to my first Royals game. And
Yeah, you went to Kansas City.
Yeah, they won 9-1.
How was the barbecue?
The barbecue was good, but I just had a bad batch of brisket, I think. It was a little dry.
You went to Jack Stack,
I
which
went
is
to
like
Jack Stack.
my favorite
Everybody told me to go to Jack Stack.
barbecue place.
It was good. The flavor was there, but it was just dry. You know, like I like my brisket falling apart and moist. People hate that word.
And now I'm going to think about that Letterkenny episode for like the next
Letterkenny.
the next 40 minutes here. Okay. Okay.
No, yeah, I went to Kansas City. We rode there. It was 8 hours there, 8 hours back.
Oh, you drove to
we,
KC?
We
That's
drove
brutal.
with a 5-year-old.
Oh, that's awful.
That 5-year-old, if I hear the words cheese and beans
Which
one
way
more
did you
time.
Which way did you go? Did you go through Iowa and come down, or did you go down to St. Louis and across?
We went 55 down.
That's the wrong way to go.
and-
Yeah, you went down to St. Louis. It makes it that
We didn't
drive
go
is
to
not
St.
as much
Louis.
fun.
We passed St. Louis.
Yeah, you
We
go
went to-
through it though.
No, we never went through St. Louis.
Really?
Yeah.
Because it's either 80 across or 55 down to St. Louis.
We 55 down, but then he takes back roads and hooks up on 70.
Oh, so he just kind of winds through the country.
He kind of winds
this guy.
through.
This guy is a man of mystery that you're dating right now.
He is a man of mystery.
He's like, I forego the interstates and I go my own way.
He does go his own way.
All right, let's get back. Let's get back here to the parade. All right, so at the end of the parade, just so that you know what you're gonna see here, and then we'll be back here before the episode ends. At the end of the parade, there was a commotion. And the best way to kind of describe this is, and there's a great story behind it too.
Yeah. Okay,
so before we get to this, and again, then you're going to see it. And I still can't see the part where the cars break out of the lot in the middle of the parade.
See, I missed that part.
So we're going to watch the video and see what happens.
We're going to watch
here.
the surveillance.
So we're at 95th and Turner covering the end of the Evergreen Park Independence Day Parade. And while we're standing there watching it, and at the end, look for the Porta-Johns that are singing. It's so ridiculous, right? Okay, but we're watching the parade, and all of a sudden I saw the commotion in the parking lot across the street, okay, on the south end of 95th and Turner. And it was clear that somebody was down on the ground, and there were people around him. And there's a hometown police officer that's assisting Evergreen Park, and he comes across the street real quick in the middle of the parade, and he grabs the Evergreen Park police officer, nice guy over there, okay, we've met him before, he's on the parade route, and they call for an ambulance, and they're over there assisting. And what the one thing that really stood out that was great to me was how the Evergreen Park residents that were there at 95th and Turner, on the north end, when the ambulance is coming and has to cross, it was they who grabbed the barricade.
Right, got everybody out of the way.
The people on the other side of the street were aware that somebody was in trouble and that all that was on the corner were the two police officers that were rendering first aid. And then the one was coming back across and two bicycle police got over there and they were all responding. But, you know, many hands make light work. And everybody knew it was an emergency. So in the middle of it, you had the police that were there and then the extra bodies to quickly move the barricades, shoo everybody out of the way, and the ambulance comes across. I wish I could have a better scene of it. You're going to see most of it the way that the camera's set up. You're going to see but you're not going to see the best of it because I didn't want to move the tripod, and I really didn't want to invade this person's privacy who was injured.
Right.
I'm not a crazy person, right? Now, here's the story afterwards, though. Supposedly, when they're moving the barricade to get the ambulance in and out, there are cars that are stuck in that lot who were told, we're blocking off the lot for the parade at 6, you have to be out of the lot, and they weren't out of the lot yet. And these cars get out and try to make a run for it, going eastbound on 95th in the middle of the parade. And from what I was told by EPPD, were before they crossed Kedzie.
Got them fast.
And they got them.
Yeah.
Okay, and then they were in some trouble. And according to was working up the street at Culver's, he was asking me, there was a big commotion at the end. I don't know what it was. There were all kinds of squad cars. I'm like, those are the people that jumped out. So I don't know what you'll see in the video. I have no idea. But this was the excitement at the end of the parade. Okay?
Yeah.
I do not know the status of the victim, but Lorraine Swanson at the patch would have told me if something serious happened.
Right.
Okay, so I'm assuming in the end the person was okay.
Yeah.
I hope so. Okay, and I wasn't able to do that, and I don't expect the police to tell me that right there on the scene. But you're going to see the ambulance come across, and then you're going to see the conclusion of the parade. And you and I are going to watch. I don't know if we're going to see the cars that bust out because it would have to be in the left side of the screen.
And I don't know if we're.
And I don't know if it's going to get caught on the camera. But here it is. This is the conclusion of the parade, and then we'll be back here at the end to wrap everything up here on the EP Podcast Live. They're going to bring the ambulance through here.
Yeah. Nice citizens moving the barricade out of the way. Much appreciated. Everyone's moving their chairs out of the way.
All right, so here we are at the EP Parade, and we're going to get to see Evergreen Park's finest do a very good job here in the middle of a parade. Get an ambulance across the street.
And everyone's cooperating and getting out of the way.
You can see the Evergreen Park residents just kind of pulling everything off to the side. I mean, it was a combination of police and residents making a path here. And in a moment, we're going to see the ambulance come through the shot, and they're waiting for an opportunity to clear it away. And now he's going to come through. And that's the best thing. You know, you get the teamwork of all the people to get the ambulance through the crowd to get across the street here,
right
into the parking lot on the other side of where we're at here at 95th and Turner.
Do their job
for the injured person.
Yep.
And then the parade will move on.
I have always wanted to do one of those.
And then as I look off to the side, off the camera view, you have one police officer moving a barricade, and then a couple of actual citizens just helping put it back together.
Right.
So,
Very nice.
and I think that's one of the nicest things you see
Yeah.
all day long is when you see everybody start helping.
Right.
You know.
Well wishes. I hope everything's okay over there.
And then we got this guy.
I want to do one of those so
I
bad.
couldn't tell because she was
Chris, would you
upside
do
down.
that? Would you do that, Chris?
Well,
You won't
I mean,
do a segue. Would you do
how hard is
that?
that? All you got to do is sit there. Somebody's rolling her. It's easy.
I want to do it.
Okay, go do it.
She's even like waving. She's doing it one
You should
handed.
run out there and ask if you can do it
I
right now.
should. Woo! Fireworks get
And
started
either a
early.
firework or a small kitchen explosion just happened behind us.
Yep.
It's up for grabs here at 95th and Circle.
I mean, this is the place to be, though. Got the coolest corner, family waterproofing.
So it looks like we're at the end of the parade from what I can tell.
I see grass skirts. I see a luau
We're finishing off
theme.
Sabula here, but as I look, we have a very small amount left, and then this thing is going to end.
We are capped off with streets and sanitation.
Yeah, I want
it
to say
seems
like the final thing is you're going to see Porta Johns come into view. I don't know why. I don't know why you do that. And then for some reason there's a drumming group that's drumming behind him, and that is
So wait, the drummers go behind the porta johns?
behind the Porta Johns.
Okay then. I hope they're empty. I hope they're clean. I would hate for something to fall over. This is a pretty precarious position to put people
I
in.
mean, it's such a weird thing to put in a parade.
It is.
And some in the back.
Where are they coming from? Are we just showing off porta johns? Like, hey,
Ladies and
look at this new
gentlemen,
model.
Peeing in at a festival later on this summer.
I mean,
Give it up for the
seriously,
Porta Johns.
are they just showing them off?
Give it up for the Porta Johns.
Oh, no, look at they have LED lights around the doors.
I know. They're fancy.
They
Porta
are
Johns.
fancy.
All right.
I would use a porta john that had LED lights
Fancy
around the door.
porta johns
Fancy
coming along.
porta johns.
And then we have this. Before then we get to the Porta Johns, we have the heavy tow truck. This is what
Yeah.
looks like the semi truck.
Right.
This is.
That you see on 294.
Right,
Yep.
exactly. It's what those guys do. And now we're going to have Porta Johns with neon lights on them as the sun sets. A beautiful scene here. in Evergreen.
Jingle John. Now that's a name.
Finishing things off
Jingle John.
with lit up Porta Johns that have
Smiley faces
smiley faces
that
on
are
them
singing.
and a drum set behind them as well. Nothing says independence, Hannah, like this scene right here.
being able to independently
This is
use a porta john.
independence. This is America is what this is.
This is America.
This is America.
America.
Jingle John, Jingle John,
Jingle John.
singing porta potties, and drums behind them. God bless the USA.
God bless.
Everybody have a wonderful weekend. You know, this probably won't air until I'm done in the lake.
Yeah.
We'll get up with some for you. Buddy, my buddy, this is my son, Nicholas.
Birthday boy.
8 years old today on the day of the parade. Happy birthday, buddy.
Thanks.
What did you like the most?
The parade.
Did you like the singing Porta John?
Yes.
If you're done singing, we can go poop at them.
Yeah.
Excellent job, Hannah.
Excellent job,
All right,
Chris.
we're going to turn this off. We're going to do some face baiting. We're going to drink some beers. We're going to eat some burgers.
Yeah.
Thanks to Family Waterproofing Solutions for hosting us along the
Great
route 95th and
host.
Turner.
Wonderful host.
Thank you to the First National Bank of Evergreen Park. Thank you to all of our sponsors. What?
And happy 4th of July.
Woo! Woo! Nature boy.
And that was it. That was the
That
parade,
was it.
essentially. Yeah,
You
I
know
didn't.
what?
I didn't see the thing. Did you see anything happen in that?
No,
part
I didn't
now?
see it. It was out of frame.
Yeah, we were out of frame on that.
You want
one.
to know like the most 4th of July weekend?
You had a messed up thing that you saw during
Yeah.
the 4th of July weekend. Tell me all about
So
it.
my boyfriend and his little boy went to buy fireworks. Well, they bought the ones, the little parachute. You blow it up and the little
Oh,
parachute
yeah,
comes down.
yeah,
Well, they
exactly.
got this one that said parachute had the American flag on it. So they got one. So it blew up, and of course the parachute landed in the neighbor's yard. And I'm looking at it laying on the ground, and there are 3 flags. One of them, I could have swore in the grass I saw the Chinese flag.
You think it was inside of the patriotic flag?
Oh, and there's a picture. So
You-
Joe goes over there and picks
Hold
it
on a
up.
second. You're telling
No,
me
wait. It's got
that
the
they stuck a Chinese flag inside of it?
It's got the Chinese flag first, and then the Japanese flag, and then the American flag. I could.
So was it supposed to be flags around the world?
He just saw American flag. It's got the American flag. It's
Okay,
like, okay, I'm gonna get this, and then it blew up, and we're like, it has the Chinese and Japanese flags
The
first.
Japanese flag, though, it's so weird, though, the idea that
Yeah.
that one's in there as well, right?
It's
like the
China,
Chinese one, I'm
Japan,
like, China,
and then the
China
US
makes
flag.
China makes fireworks, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And the American flag was there, so I kind of pictured like you got a couple of American flags, and then snuck a Chinese flag in there.
They snuck a Chinese flag in
Got
there.
snuck one in there, but the Japanese flag, weird,
Make-
because the Chinese don't get along with the Japanese.
No. So
Politically,
it was just the weirdest thing. I'm like, who made this? Well, China made it, but
wow.
Yeah.
Hannah at the end is floating a Chinese conspiracy to take over.
Yeah.
The 4th of July. One hidden Chinese flag inside
What
of an
else is hidden
explosive
inside
device
these
for
fireworks?
children.
Yeah. What else is hidden inside these fireworks?
I'm glad you waited till the end of the show till you got crazy.
Why?
That's it. We're done. I'm ending 5 minutes early on that one. I got nothing left. You've blown my mind, Hannah.
I
All
blow your mind.
There will be a full episode, brand new episode of the EP podcast out on demand on Monday. Recent episodes are the full audio of that parade, and the episode before that is my sit down with Mayor Kelly Burke. If you missed that, I know the holiday weekend was happening. Go back and check that out. It's in the feed. Make sure you subscribe. That way you never miss an episode. But that episode is on demand right now. A recent sit down with Mayor Kelly Burke to talk all things Evergreen Park. I mean, I covered everything from why there aren't ice cream trucks around here to police action and all kinds of stuff. There's a lot of stuff inside that one. Check that out anywhere podcasts can be found, and always at the eppodcast.com. And thank you very much for listening to this show.
Thank you.
Or watching this show, actually, this time around. Watching this show. And we will see you very soon, hopefully next Thursday with the EP Podcast Live. Maybe we'll only freeze twice next week.
Maybe.
EP Podcast Evergreen Park.